Yeah, the web nudon. Okay. So literally, we're just waiting.
Yep.
So we're just literally waiting for Jay.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Jay. Hi there, mates. Silverfire here today, and today, there is gonna be no live stream. Usually, I do live streams on Wednesdays and Saturdays now, but my setup is not working today for whatever reason. I don't know, but we're working with what we got. Today with me we have Will. Boy, and
Yeah, I had a busy week. I wasn't able to set up a character sheet, mostly because I was at my sister's place and currently in the middle of moving in.
yeah, so we could just
Got me this sweet ass trailer for me to. It's a little messy, but nothing a little cleanup can't fix.
yeah. Anyways, I guess we'll talk for a bit.
So what level is it?
What level the Fate Stay Zero game?
No, what level is the one shot here?
That is the one shot.
What? Oh,
New
oh,
Dawn's gonna
really?
be the new campaign.
Right. Oh, okay. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Your historical
Okay, so I
slash
guess I gotta.
mythological character, i.e., your summon, is level 20, and yourself is like level 8.
Set up two sheets. Okay. I still haven't figured out what hero I'm gonna go for then.
Man.
Oh boy.
While you're trying to
Uh.
figure that out, I guess we could talk.
Well, let's see here. I'm probably gonna go for something. I'm probably gonna go for some great strike.
Hold on. Oh, Kate just sent the message of that he's doing something and probably won't be able to join.
Right.
Huh.
So probably won't be able to do it unless it's like we got a miracle from George.
Yep. Because no one else decided to join this campaign, so it might be cold in the water.
Well, no, I think it's more like we just postpone it for next.
Yeah,
Hey, at least
well,
I'll have plenty of time.
we can
At least I'll
postpone
have
it
plenty.
for another two. We can postpone it to like after the new year. Speaking of, that reminds me. Did you know that the next week
Yes, I know.
is literally
Yes,
New
I
Year?
know. New Year's. I know that the New Year's is on Wednesday.
Yeah. So, not sure how you're gonna manage to do back-to-back specials on that front.
Yeah, yeah, that one's gonna be a. Yeah, that one's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. But you have my
To say the least.
sympathies.
Yep. But yeah. Let's see here.
Well,
I'm
I guess I
I'm
could tell
definitely
you.
gonna want.
I guess I
I'm
could
definitely
do.
gonna want like this or something like that.
Yeah. I guess I could discuss the details for the web if you want.
Sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm just gonna
So,
figure out. I'm just gonna figure out what kind of hero, what hero I
yeah, I'm thinking that we start like somewhere around maybe like 5 or 6, because I was watching our the old series. We were around 5 to 6,
want.
so it only makes sense that we start somewhere similar.
Right.
Changelings are absolutely not allowed. Just no, mainly because they
Is that
don't simply exist in the world that I created.
is it because of?
Well, it's
Oh
main
wait, no.
the main reason
Well,
I
no,
didn't
that
allow
and because well, it's
changelings.
also that. I think the other reason would be like The
That
fact
and
that the main enemy is a shape shifting thing.
yeah, it's more of like for y'all's sake, cause I don't want y'all's characters to die almost immediately after being, turned into someone else. It's more of a safety net, you know?
Right. Right.
The second thing is that I'm not allowing you to play as four Warforges. Yes, they too technically exist, but they're so very few. Like,
And if we were to play a Warforged, that would kind of defeat the purpose of the risk that of being bitten by one of them things.
yeah, that and I made it to where the information was spread by one person to another, and
Uh,
the original creators of the Warforges kind of died out.
right. Okay, hold on. You mind going quiet? You mind being quiet for a second so I can get my ear?
Sure.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
It's a little chaotic at the moment.
Sounds a little chaotic in the background.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Anyways,
Yeah,
where
you
was I
can
at?
blame that mostly on my two nieces.
Yeah.
I'm mostly gonna just mute myself on and off, so you can just talk.
All right. Where was I at? Oh yeah. I'll explain to him when he gets back. Or I guess
No,
I'll.
I'm here. No, no, I'm here. It's just the
All right.
I'm gonna be muting myself on and off so that way you don't get that background.
Yeah. All right. So the reason why there are so few Warforges is because of the first two World Wars. In the first one, they got a massive wipeout thanks to Altieri and whatnot. And the second one, any Warforged that was in Germany basically was captured and melted to basically be weapons, parts, whatever. So, not
That
good.
does not sound like a re. I don't think that sounds like like a very good
Well,
because Warforges they're built for war.
yeah,
If you're gonna do anything with them, make them front line.
that was the Jewish ones. Yeah, the Nazis were not fun.
Right.
And I had to play the idea of like, if a Warforged was Jewish, most likely, if during World War II, it would have been smelted down to slag.
Well, there were those few Jewish people that managed to get by not
Yeah,
announcing
by hiding and stuff, but not to say that there weren't
or
Jewish
or hiding
soldiers.
amongst the
Yeah,
or hiding amongst the ranks, and it's not just Jewish.
yeah, I know. It was other religions and as well.
Pretty much pretty much if you weren't white, you were a target.
Yeah, not fun.
Hmm.
Well, the Nazis in this one were basically like three different races, which I will explain with the other one shot if we ever do that one.
Right.
Anyways, I am gonna allow Dragonborn.
All right. Cool.
Like, I think I'm gonna allow most. Dungeons and Dragons races except like Warforges and
Right.
of course Slime Folks and Changelings. I
Just
think there
anything,
might.
like anything that can shapeshift, and anything that defeats the purpose of the risk of.
Yeah, essentially. And before you say, "Oh, a Dragonborn shouldn't get infected because of their scales," the things are sharp enough
No.
to where they can pierce through.
Oh no, no, trust me. Dragonborn scales don't provide that much armor. Like, sure, they make them slightly
Yeah,
tougher, but
that
but they're only
and
really good for like not getting cat scratches or something.
they have been hit by
Like
normal
a
weapons
dragon,
before in
like
different games.
Dragonborn scale, Dragonborn scales aren't gonna stop like a bullet or a sword slash. Like Dragonborn scales, they don't provide any real armor.
Yep,
Like they're only good enough to like prevent like a cat scratch or something.
yep. Which actually brings me up to my next little thing. I am gonna be a bit harsh and brutal with that campaign.
Well, I expect
Because you're in an apocalypse scenario. It's going to be harsh and brutal.
exactly, and I expect you to. Like
So
Like
I
I expect you to
developed.
make. I expect you to make. I expect you to make like like supplies, food, fresh clean water,
Oh, yeah.
and
Those.
medical
All
and
those
medicine to
will
be hard to.
apply.
Right.
Also,
Like I expect you to make
injuries.
it to where. Right. I expect you to make like food, water, clean water, and medicines to, and medical supplies to be like hard to find. You know,
Yeah.
or at least in limited supply.
Yeah, it is
And
going to be
yes,
a
I
limited
expect you to
supply,
treat in
but you can technically make them. This is still a
right,
fantasy world and
and I
setting.
right, but I also fully expect that you make the diseases especially harsh
Oh yeah, I
because
don't worry.
because
I already planned on that.
also if I may recommend,
Go ahead.
there's a there's a variable stat called insanity, called sanity.
Yeah, if I recall, it's like A plus your wisdom and intelligence modifier.
Just look it up. Just look up the mechanic itself, and
Yeah, I'm not sure how to make the sheets to be able to
I'm
set
pretty
up for that.
I'm pretty sure I gave you a link for. I'm pretty sure I did give you a link for a PDF for a Dungeon Master's Guide, didn't you? Didn't I?
I think you did. Hold on, let me check. I'll.
Because it's in there. Like the information you're looking for is in there. And if you want, you can even implement the honor system. Okay, the honor system, just to play a bit of a variant on it.
Yeah, and of course, there's gonna be other survivors and whatnot. You're not gonna be the only one.
Right.
Uh,
Right, and maybe reputation is and maybe you got, and then maybe reputation is something, and then you can use your reputation
yep.
to gain like a reputation for keeping your word, and then you can
Yeah.
make and then keep your word on people. You know that kind
Looks like you might have actually sent it to me.
of. I've sent it to you.
I don't think you have, because I'm already in October and I don't see it. I'm still looking though.
Uh, Okay, well, just in case I didn't send it, then yeah, here you go. Just let me open up my drive.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you did send it to me. I just don't know how to alter the Roll20's character sheets to where you have to have a sanity stat.
Well, you don't. You don't. Just keep separate. Just make us keep separate track of it somewhere,
Yeah,
like in the
I'll probably keep like
like
a.
in the bio. For example, in the bio.
Yeah, I'll probably have that somewhere around. Anyways, oh, speaking of,
Right.
that reminds me, there is going to be injuries, and I have three set up: minor, major, and deadly.
All right.
So minor is like basically like your small
I got the
scratches.
idea.
Uh, yeah, but basically, long story short, you do not want deadly. You will die if you get deadly. within like 30 seconds if you're not
Well, yeah, no shit. Well, no shit. It's called deadly, for God's sake.
yeah. Major ones you might be able to survive if you have the proper medicine and whatnot. And again,
Hmm.
proper medicine and spells. Oh, speaking of spells,
Well, there's also the factor of being able to properly apply said medicines and supplies.
yeah. Speaking of spells, certain spells and whatnot have been banned or do not exist. You know how in your world of Verona we couldn't resurrect someone?
Hmm.
Basically, I applied that
Same
rule.
idea.
Yeah. Basically, you cannot bring back a dead
Yeah,
person.
because yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Resurrection defeats the entire purpose, especially in a game like this.
Yeah, it defeats the purpose. Also, no necromancy spells of any kind. Mainly
Well,
because in
yeah.
the world's history that I have set up, during the medieval period, there was a lich that had like an undead army. It was super, really,
Well, yeah.
like
Well,
wasn't.
I'm sure that. I'm sure there are still necromancers about.
Yeah, there are some necromancers about, but not a whole lot. So I want to count your money if you do run into one anytime soon. Anyways, continuing onwards. But basically, long story short, the lich got killed and destroyed, and then there was a massive necromancer hunt afterwards. And the magic community basically banned necromancy. So, as your starting up character,
Right.
no necromancy type spells.
Right. Well, well, again, though, there are probably the occasional practitioners,
Yeah, there is a
and I don't know why, and I don't see why we can't do that. As long as
let's
there's no
see,
resurrection styles.
yeah, raised dead is like basically you cannot bring back the corpse essentially.
Well, I can't revive. I can't resurrect the corpse. I can still revive. I can still, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it means uh, you would have to have like it would have to have like muscle tissue, like basically it would have to be almost practically living in order to be dead. Is that weird?
No, I mean, well, no. What I mean is like you could probably still have undead minions.
Yeah, you could
Probably still
still
have
have
zombies,
like
skeletons.
you could probably have like maybe a couple skeletons, but not an entire army, obviously. Mainly because one, you're not go likely you're it's very unlikely to find skeleton bodies lying about unless you go to a graveyard. And even then,
Or if we happen to be in a very arid environment, or just a place that accelerates decay, such as.
yeah. Oh, speaking of environments, I should probably explain where you guys are going to be starting off at.
Right.
You guys will be about 3 hours away from Ivory Town. Now, basically, the campaign's going to shortly start before the satellite hits Ivory Town. You guys will have your
Yeah.
characters won't have that information on hand. So all you'll be relying on is the news stations and whatnot.
Hmm.
So that's a little bit of a tidbit on the starting episode.
I see.
But yeah, basically a lot of shit's gonna happen.
Hmm. All right.
And as I said in on December 15th of this year, uh, it's going you
Mm-hmm.
guys will have about 2 hours at most before the satellite hits in Ivory Town. So, yeah. Anyways, it should be at the very least, interesting, considering that I can come up with my own factions and whatnot.
True.
And you
Or we
guys
can
can
even
also
start our own,
create
or
and
we could,
you guys
right?
could.
We could even start our own faction,
Yep.
like, and we can be the villains or the heroes or somewhere in between.
Yeah. Also, I will have your characters do questionable things. Your choice
Well,
will.
don't have us do them, but give us the capability.
Yeah. Like, for example,
Because no one likes being forced into something.
yeah, but sometimes you
Like
gotta make a
no one likes
really
being.
bad decision.
Yeah, like give us the capability, give us the option to do some morally questionable stuff.
And I will.
Don't force. And also make sure it's not a no-brainer situation.
Oh, yeah, there's gonna be a few of
Like
those. Trust me.
make sure there's no-brainer situation. Like make sure
Yeah.
there's some. For example, if
Mm,
survivors, right? You could
yeah.
easily you could easily, but they got they got sick, like they have some sick and injured folk,
Yeah.
but they also have quite a lot of supply. You know,
Yeah, trust me,
situation.
that is gonna be in an encounter. Some of it will be planned encounters, some of it will be random encounters.
All, also, if I ever don't add anything that gives a sort of advantage, such as modify. I made that mistake.
Yeah. Basically, I have some planned encounters and I also have some, you know, random encounters.
Right, right.
Also,
But yeah,
no.
like make sure the temptation's there,
Yeah.
because if you make it a no-brainer situation, like hey, you are desperately in need of medical supplies, and there happens to be this that has a lot of medical supplies, but they don't. But they also have but they also have a lot of.
Yeah.
So you know that moral dilemma.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta have stuff like.
I will, trust me.
And trust me, I will co-DM you as long as you.
And I will be okay with that on this one. Because I probably am going to mess up a few times.
Right,
But I am going to try
and
to make it
I
to
and if there's
where.
one thing I and if there's one thing I can say I'm pretty good at, it's storytelling.
Yeah.
Like and I got a really messed up mind, so I could probably make up some really good.
Yep. But yeah. There are going to be some starting factions. And factions can either be destroyed or recreated, etc., etc., etc.
Right.
For example, in our
For
world,
example, you can give. For example, you could start a whole new Roman legion, or even
yeah,
start another Ottoman Empire.
yep. You can also, like I said, create or make your own faction.
Also, make sure there's the make sure there's a reason why we would all stick.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, obvious.
and and don't dangle the idea of a cure in front of us.
Oh, there
We are
is
like a very
absolutely
well
no
set up
cure.
right. Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to cure like 8 foot tall spider monster. You
Yeah.
know.
Essentially, they basically bury an egg into you, and even if they don't do that, they can properly have sex.
Right. Well, yeah, they can probably reproduce,
Yeah,
and that's
so
something else. And that's something else. And that's something else to bring into account. Defenses, countermeasures.
Yep.
Make sure you leave some room for that. Like make sure there's a way for us to figure out a way to tell the difference between someone that's a spider monster shapeshifted or like another.
Yeah. And there will be some obvious differences, mainly,
Although if you want my recommendation, remove the whole fact that they can shapeshift. You know,
right?
like remove the whole doppelganger fact because trust me that has a lot of potential to be really annoying if done wrong.
Yeah. But it
Like
also has the potential
you were on the
of
right
being
you're
really
on the
great.
you are certainly on the right track with just having these spider monsters that are pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
But don't make them have the ability to shapeshift.
Yeah.
Like like add maybe like a few variants or subspecies maybe, and maybe one of them can, but don't make all of them able to do that. Trust me,
Fair
that just
enough.
gets annoying real.
Fair enough.
You know?
I think that is fair. So there might be a
Plus, it's not
subspecies.
really and
Hmm.
plus it's not really a Walking Dead, and plus there's no real Walking Dead style stuff without if there's no like obvious monster to fight. And on
Yeah.
top of that, if these things are smart enough to be able to doppelganger people, then why would they want to start an apocalypse? Like do stuff from the shadow.
Yeah.
Do it like vampire. Like if they have the ability to shapeshift, then do it like vamp. Then they would do it. Then if they were had any semblance of intelligence, which I assume they
They do have a fair
make sure
good
they're
intelligence. I was just playing them very
right.
safely.
Make them do the whole vampire thing. Make them do stuff from the shadows.
Yeah.
But don't make them like a zombie apocalypse if they have the ability to shapeshift and have some semblance. Make them like wolves.
Yeah.
Make them like wolves, like intelligent, but they not that intelligent. You know,
Yeah.
like Pac-Man.
Yeah. And they technically have like a semi-pack structure, so that could work as well.
Yeah, just remove remove the whole doppelganger thing entirely, or at least seclude that ability to like a variant.
Yeah, I'll just
Because you
seclude
already
it
had
to a
that
variant. I'll just do that. I'll just have to make a new variant.
because yeah, you were doing pretty good with the whole variant thing because you just had like the normal ones that were still pretty dangerous, and then you had those ones that were actually resistant to fire.
And the ones immune to fire, but had a
Right,
slower gravitation of healing, and then the queens, which is basically a really large normal.
right. And plus xenomorphs can't. And plus, if you're making them like xenomorphs, then maybe have them. Maybe make it to where they do that whole simulation thing. Like for example, if a xenomorph impregnates a bull, then that resulting xenomorph is probably going to have some horns and be really pissed off.
Yeah, I was planning of having those
Or
added
or if
in.
it's or if it impregnates an eagle, then make it
Yeah,
and make it powerful.
yeah. I was planning on that originally, but I thought I played the monster safe, Like, I did get rid of a few original ideas that I had with it.
Right. All right. Well, get rid of the doppelgangers
Yeah, I'll just
and
make it a
just add
variant.
and yeah, and just make the doppelganger thing a variant. But you can also do like a lot of the simulated, like a simulation stuff,
Yeah.
and,
But,
and also maybe, and also if you are gonna have a doppelganger, then make it so then maybe make it to where they're weaker. physically, and they have to rely on that whole infiltration thing in order to actually.
Yep.
But also make them way smarter than the rest.
Yeah, they are obviously gonna be
So
smarter than the
like,
rest.
they're for example, like they're physically smaller and weaker and can't take as much damage, but they are way smarter and have infiltration potential.
Yeah.
But like have your brutes, have your infiltrators, have your like damagers. You know,
Yeah. And they are smart enough. Like they have pack-like mentality, but it's on the lines of something similar to that of a kobold.
right. Well, okay. First off, another. Quit it with the obsession with kobolds. It's
I
okay
know.
to have like maybe one or two that are like a character
There are gonna be like a
like
couple
every
of
time.
characters that are kobolds, but there's not gonna be a whole lot, cause cannon father.
But yeah, but you want a good template to work with when it comes to making your variant. Like you want a good variant. You want a good template that you can use for your when you're making your variants.
Eh, I have a decent template as
Left
a
for Left for Dead.
true.
Do a
Te-
left. Make your template based around Left for Dead.
yeah, I know.
Oh, make your brutes, make your brutes, make your hoarders.
Eh,
For for example, make one that's like make a variant that spits
yep,
and make that spit deadly and able to attract regular ones.
yep.
Have you have your brutes
Oh, speaking of,
have
there
have like the
is,
one that's smaller and takes less damage, but also stealthy and be able to do a lot of it.
yeah,
All that kind of stuff.
yeah. I'll get to work on it since I've been meaning to update that anyways.
Right. Trust me, with my help, you are gonna make some terrifying creatures.
Yeah, I mean they were already terrifying to begin with.
Not really. Because they had a lot of a very Walker kind of thing,
Yeah,
right?
true.
And there was only like that, and there was like that one variant that was slightly more annoying than the rest.
Yeah, the fire immunity one.
But make sure they're actually, but no, add like some actual like terrifying aspects to
All right. Oh well.
like you never know. Make them look a lot similar. Like make all the variations maybe look a lot similar,
Yeah.
or make some variants way more terrifying than way more paranoia inducing than others.
Yep. Like the infiltrator.
Right. And in terms and make it to where a brute's charge is actually terrifying. Make it do a lot of damage, but also make it like
Right. Right.
all
Uh.
that.
Yep. I think I'm definitely going to need it.
That's why, but that's why D&D is not very. That's why I think D&D is not a very good system for stuff like that.
Yeah. Like if I had these
Like
monsters.
if you want a good system, like if you want a decent system for scenarios like this, check out the Fate system or Savage Worlds.
I've
Those
actually
are very
played the
flexible
Savage
systems.
Worlds, but I've never ran Savage Worlds. I've only played it once.
Right. Well, trust me, those systems are super flexible and perfect for something like this.
Yeah.
Because with D&D, with just a lot of D&D stuff, there's not a lot you can do.
Eh.
Like you can do some homebrew, but it's not as fun as something that's already like situated. So that way you don't have to do as much arguing about
True.
mechanics and all.
True. True.
plus guns, and plus D&D doesn't have any official thing for guns.
Yeah, that.
So yeah,
I might have to switch the system.
it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Hmm. Let me see if I can switch that real quick.
Because yeah, because Savage Worlds are fake, gives a lot of flexibility for character creation. You want to be a mechanic? You want to be a mechanic? There you want to be this old hermit that lives in the woods off the grid. There you go. You just want to be this stoner that lives in the trail. There you go. You want to be you want to be a you want to be an ex SWAT member who has a very odd fascination with knives and other sharp objects of that. There you
Yeah,
go.
I
Or
just
do or
changed
you
the.
wanna or you wanna play a doctor that has or you want to play a doctor who has the dark side of also being a murderer.
Yeah, of course, but we'll still be like using like Dungeons and Dragons characters and whatnot.
No,
Well,
like if you want to make this
like a
really
fantasy.
good,
Well, correction, fantasy themed characters.
right?
But yeah.
Like
Oh
sure,
wow, they
you can
actually.
make some races that have similar bonus.
But yeah, and come to think about it, I think it just worked. Come on hop
Right.
over to the web real quick.
All right. But yeah, something you can do is just purchase some material,
Yeah, I got the book. I just
like
haven't
purchase
used it
the
in a
Savage
while.
Worlds material. But yeah, just purchase the Savage Worlds. Just purchase the Savage Worlds book.
I have it.
Mm.
Like I haven't used it in a while, but I have it.
Well, there you go.
But yeah,
And maybe and maybe do something that allows us to also read it, so that way we can set up our characters.
I think if I'm not
Well, that just.
mistaken, I got a PDF file on here. Let me check.
Mm. But yeah, but you can get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Savage Worlds is a lot more flexible for this.
Okay, so it's not in that quick access.
Also, if we are switching to Savage Worlds, I am so playing as I am so gonna play a stoner who uses a metal bong as a club.
Let's see, it's not in there. Where the hell did I put it? I know I have it here somewhere.
And if you want to if you want to make this a little crazy, and if you want to make this a little, add some Borderlands type aspect. You know,
Right? But yeah, I think I got a
like
PDF.
make it to where like each character has this this fantastical ultimate ability that they can use in a pin.
Yeah, but of course I'm not gonna give you that straight up the get-go.
Right, but you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, I got what you
For
mean.
example, if my stoner character who uses a metal bong as his ultimate could letting out a fat rip from his bong, and just mist surrounds everything as he gets an AK out from nowhere and just like you know,
Yeah.
makes.
But yeah, I think I got a PDF here somewhere. And it's the deluxe edition, so it should have everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or I scan it page by page, which there is
Yeah,
about.
there is that, but that would take a while.
which there's a grand total of 179 pages.
Hmm.
Which will take.
Maybe narrow down the pages that you would maybe narrow down the pages you would scan to the ones that help with character.
Right, let's see, that's bestiality. The world. I think there's a character sheet here somewhere. Is that it? No, wait, that's not it. Where the hell did I put it? Wait, was it on this computer or was it on my desktop? I don't remember. I know I have it somewhere. It's either on this desktop or on my laptop.
Right. Something else that probably wouldn't be a bad idea is a trade in bar.
Oh yeah, there will be traders and barters within the world that you could, trade and barter with.
No, just trade and barter in general. Like,
Oh
sure,
yeah.
have those few merchants that will straight up trade with you, but also have that occasional group of survivors that are willing to trade some supplies for something that,
Yep.
make it to where we barter. We bargain.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just found the pages on how to make the characters. It's like,
But also have like those Walking Dead style, like like the Kingdom or
mm-hmm.
like the Kingdom,
I have,
that are just like a massive gathering of survivors, and maybe give them a currency, system, such
yeah.
as bullet casing, such as the brass from bullet, such as brass bullet casing or bottle cap.
Yep.
Don't do straight up money. Make sure it's something that can't be easily ruined, such such as bullet casings and bottle caps,
Yeah.
or something else, such as or something like bot or something like I don't know. Um, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got what you mean. I'm just trying to look to see if I can find any stuff. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting Savage Worlds campaign, that's for sure. I was almost tempted to say Dungeons and Dragons there for a second. Alright.
But
Uh,
before you do a conversion to Savage Worlds, make sure it's okay with everyone.
oh. I'll put it down in the vote.
Make sure to also include in there that if you're not familiar with then there's two people here that'll easily help.
Yep.
Plus, Savage Worlds allows for a much grittier place.
Yeah, and I could kind of get that post-apocalyptic feel.
Yeah, because of how flexible the system is.
Yeah. And I'll start getting work on those new variants and whatnot, and getting right down into nitty gritty details of the creatures. I mean, the creatures already looked alike, so I could still keep that theme, so that way you don't know what variant you're going
Mm-hmm.
up against. It
Mm-hmm.
other than
Make sure they also still,
size.
but make sure they have some. Make sure they do have some subtle.
There are gonna
For
be like
example, a brute.
there's gonna
For
be like
example, brutes are slight.
yeah, there's gonna be some slight differences. Obviously, like this one will look slightly stronger. That one might slightly look weaker. That one might be slightly shorter than the others. But
Mm-hmm.
generally, look at their build and size. That's basically a good way to indicate what it could be.
As well as a pendant.
Eh. And that plus it'll be a little bit different than Dungeons and Dragons. Because it'll be my first time actually running a Savage Worlds campaign.
Mm-hmm. You can do to make these guys especially hard to deal with is make them
A what?
a hive mind.
Yeah, that that's yeah.
So if like for example, stuff like this, and the reason why I can make it a bit hard but still manageable is, for example, say they're camping. Say they're camping for the night. One one of them sees and they're like, "Damn it!" Like if one of them saw us, then they'll all be on us.
Yep.
Because if one of us saw, because if one of them saw us, then they all,
Yeah, those I think
then
are
they would
called
have
the
to move.
hunters.
So like they, so it's manageable. But the way that that's manageable is that you make sure you camp, make sure your camp is, you
Yep.
know, that way it's easy to pack up.
Yeah, it'll be manageable, obviously. Unless you're
Mm-hmm.
like, some nearby a city or town.
Mm-hmm. And maybe make some time, and maybe make some climate more advantageous for them, but also some climates that are more disadvantageous.
Yep.
Like in Walking Dead, colder, more dry climate. Well, would mean meant for the zombies to be, while hotter and more humid climates made them to.
Hmm. My creature is basically a giant humanoid spider thing. So, not sure. Oh, I think we're going to Savage Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Oh shit, I actually forgot how you do the initiative. Like, you had the playing cards and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but we can just do initiative.
Yeah, we'll just be able to do that. But yeah, looks like we're doing Savage Worlds.
Well,
But
make
yeah,
sure. Well, that's only one person.
well, it's basically just you two as of right now.
Yeah, Kay and George. Yeah,
No,
especially George.
yeah, I don't think anyone else is joining up on that, unless you wanna, unless we want to give a try to shout out at the other channel.
Mm-mm.
No. Hmm.
No,
Worst.
unless we want to.
Eh.
Like, it's worth asking. It's worth asking, but I don't think something like that works for them.
Eh. I'll ask and if they can't join or don't want to join, I'm not gonna force them to join. Obviously,
Right. Like, you can ask them.
I'll ask them next Wednesday.
Mm.
But yeah. Oh wait, I just forgot. I had the record button on
Make
this
sure to
entire
ask
time.
them after session.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll probably be working on that. I'm probably gonna have to read the general line of monsters and whatnot.
The Savage World is creating variants, like creating a lot of variants, should be is actually a lot easier because yeah, you can just make one template, copy and paste, and then make subtle changes.
Yeah.
Because that's how the character creation and sheet works. Because if you look at a Savage World sheet, it's actually really easy to set up.
Oh yeah.
Because
Oh
there's
yeah,
not a
this
lot
would
of
be way
because there's
easier.
not a lot. Yeah, because there's not a lot to put into the Savage World.
Oh yeah, this would be way easier.
I make an amazing Cody.
But yeah. Um, I guess since Kay's not gonna be able to join us, you want to end it there?
Sure.
All right. I'll have to reread on the Savage Worlds, but I think it's on my desktop or laptop. I'll have to check my. I don't think it's on my desktop. I will have to check my laptop. But
Right.
anyways, uh, so
And
guys,
even if you don't have it, we can probably find a PDF somewhere.
I
And if
could
not,
probably find a
and
PDF by
if
just
not,
looking on the website.
or something like that.
Yeah, so I could probably find
But
something.
but if that doesn't work out, I'm always willing to save up a little bit of money and then just
Meh.
preferably buy a PDF online so that way I can share it with everyone else. So that way everyone can have access to it. So that way they don't have to rely on someone just to create.
Yeah. Anyways, time to send off. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this kind of content, well, I guess this was kind of a unofficial
Sorry,
geek on, I guess.
sorry.
It's alright. It's not your fault.
No, not you. I was. No, my brother-in-law just told me to stop doing something.
But yeah, basically, we are going to a Savage World state. This is gonna be interesting, because I've never ran one.
Not a state system.
System, sorry. But this is gonna be interesting because, one, I never ran one. So this is going to be intriguing, to say the least. So yeah,
You want to know another thing?
wow,
You want to know that you know what? You want to know really a cool thing?
sure,
If we ever do decide to go back to Heroes and Villains, guess what? Savage World is a perfect system for that.
that is true. Hmm. I'll I'll work on it.
The flexibility, of Savage World is,
Yeah, and it'll
and there's
definitely
plenty of
be.
ways you can make it super.
Yeah, there's only so
Yeah, and
many
even
things you could do in Dungeons and Dragons.
yeah,
So yeah, I'll give this a spin.
but something else you can try is a setting that's actually meant for superheroes, such as Heroes and Mastermind. No,
Yeah,
I think it was Mutants and
yeah,
Mastermind
I don't
and
have
stuff
that
like that.
system yet. I've been trying to get my hands on it.
Yeah, because it's an actual system designed for.
Yeah. Anyways, uh, yeah, I'll see y'all mates next time.